Cappadocia, a semi-arid region in central Turkey, is most famous for its unique landscape and peculiar rock formations. This rocky wonderland was shaped by natural phenomena million years ago. Visiting the region is like stepping into another world. These are the top 10 things to do and see in Cappadocia. Number 1. Hot air balloon ride. The basket is divided into 5 sections where the center will be occupied by the pilot. Since I booked the comfort flight, there will only be 4 people in each section of the basket. That makes a total of 16 passengers. Cappadocia has amazing landscape that makes hot air balloon flight a bucket list. Flying and gently drifting over and between fairy chimneys, Rose Valley, and other unique rock formations are absolutely a fantastic experience. Witnessing hundreds of balloons with different colors flying together over the valley is so magical and extraordinary, and this spectacular view happens here every day. Watching the beautiful sunrise and appreciating the beauty of nature make me wish the flight will be longer than 1 hour. A trip to Cappadocia is incomplete without the hot air balloon ride. Number 2. Open Air Museum.
Gonna do tour in Open Air Museum. I just got my ticket and it's worth 45 lira.
It is usually the first site to be visited by any traveler in Cappadocia because it is located in the very center of the region with easy access from all directions.
This Open Air Museum has been a member of UNESCO World Heritage List since 1964, and it's one of the first 2 heritage sites here in Turkey. Ihlara Church is all about colorful wall paintings. Unfortunately, it's not allowed to take photos inside, so I cannot show you guys.
This is the Snake Church. It has a linear plan consisting of 2 chambers. It also has frescoes dated to the 11th century that are painted directly on the wall. Same with the other churches, it's not allowed to take photos inside of the Snake Church. These 3 areas lie side by side and are connected by passageways, are storage room, kitchen, and refectory. And while standing from this area, I can see the beautiful view of the museum.
So this is a storeroom.
This is where they store the food, which is near to the kitchen.
So now I'm going inside of the dark church.
And it has a very nice view from up here.
My back, it's a dark church, but I didn't go inside because I need to pay additional 15 lira, so I didn't do that. But I went up there and took some pictures. This open air museum is all about churches, monasteries, but all the churches, it's not allowed to take photography inside, so I cannot show you guys. I'm only showing you what I can see from the outside.
There are 11 refectories within the museum with rock-cut churches, tables, and benches. Each is associated with a church. Most of the churches in Open Air Museum belong to the 10th, 11th, and 12th centuries.
That's all about Open Air Museum. It's a bit crowded right now. There are lots of tourists, and now I'm gonna proceed to another attraction. Let's go.
Right now, on my way to Ferry Chimneys, it's just a few minutes drive from Open Air Museum. Number 3. Ferry Chimneys. From the parking area, I walk for a few meters, passing by some souvenir stores. This site is free for everybody, no entrance fee needed.
It looks like made by magic, but magic doesn't exist. It emerged due to a geological process began million years ago.
After the volcanic eruption, this place was covered with ashes, and when the strong wind and erosion occurred, only hard elements were left and formed into unique rock formations.
It stretches 130 feet to the sky.
Some formations are small, others are massive, but all are beautiful.
This mushroom-like rock formation is really beautiful and very interesting. I find it so amazing that this rock formation emerged million years ago, but until now it's still standing there. Isn't it beautiful?
On the way to the next destination. Number 4, Pigeon Valley. It is named Pigeon Valley
Because of the man-made houses for pigeons carved
into the soft volcanic tuff. Although they can be found throughout Cappadocia, they are especially numerous in this valley. Pigeons have been used in the Cappadocia region for food and
fertilizer and sometimes as messenger during ancient times.
pigeon houses were carved wherever space allowed, including abandoned cave houses and churches. I didn't regret I rented a car in Cappadocia because I can easily roam around the city and getting lost is not a problem. On the way to the next stop, number 5, Rose Valley.
It is named Rose Valley because it is reddish rose colored stones and the intensity of the color keep changing depending on what time of the day.
One of the most captivating sights you will witness in the Rose Valley are numerous cave houses which are connected with tunnels that were carved out of the rocks. It is also a home of many cave churches decorated with beautiful frescoes. The vibrant pinkish red colored unique rock formation in the valley make it as one of the best spots to watch the sunsets. The best way to explore the valley is by walk since the hiking trails are suitable for everyone unless you have a knee problem, which I wasn't able to do because of my limited time. For a more adventurous experience, renting an ATV with a tour guide is also an option, same as what this group of people did. Or maybe rent a vintage car to have a sophisticated tour around the valley. And now on the way to the most interesting valley. Number 6, Love Valley. I went up to the viewpoint of the valley and I am welcomed by the wish tree and evil eye tree. Though commonly referred to as evil eyes, they are actually a symbol of good luck and meant to ward off evil, jealousy, and bad spirits. In Turkey, these glass beads can be found hanging everywhere.
It is called Love Valley because of the shape of the rocks. As you can see, it is shaped like...
Take a closer look. Despite the possible resemblance to manhood, these scenic structures are far from man-made. Similar to other rock formations, these giant phallic ancient structures were formed due to eroded volcanic ash. Love Valley can be seen by visiting the viewpoint from above, same as what I did, or trek down to the base of these huge pillars to feel the magic of these natural wonders. This place is free of charge and don't forget to take advantage of photography opportunities with the heart-shaped decorations. Number 7, Imaginary Valley. 15 minutes drive from the Love Valley,
The Imaginary Valley
is famous of its lunar landscape. Unlike with other valley in Cappadocia, it doesn't have cave churches and was never inhabited. Instead, it has an extraordinary landscape shaped by nature to make you wonder. The valley has many animal-shaped rocks that make it look like a sculptured zoo. Some of the easiest seen animal shapes are camel, kissing birds, snakes, dolphin, and many others if you let your imagination run free. It can be a great place for a hike amongst peculiar rock formations, but some terrain are steep and slippery. Number 8. Underground City. 30 minutes drive from Guremi's town center, you will find Kaimakli Underground City.
So you just have to pay for 35 liras so you can go inside the underground city.
There are 36 underground cities in Cappadocia, and the widest is this Kaimakli Underground City. It was built under the hill known as the Citadel of Kaimakli and was opened to visitors in 1964.
Built by the ancient people to protect themselves from the enemies.
The underground city consists of 8 floors below the ground, but only 4 of them are open to the public today.
So the first floor is for the storage area, church, stables. This one is the stone door.
They used the stone door
To block the passageway in case the enemy will attack them, and it's only operational on the other side, so the ancient people can protect themselves. This is another storage room. There are lots of rooms like this here in the underground for food, for wines, and this is the ventilation shaft.
It is a vertical passages used to move fresh air underground and to remove stale air.
Quite scary. That's the ventilation shaft. This is a very long tunnel. A very narrow tunnel and very low. So I have to bend down. Let's go down more. This is the living area.
A place where they gathered and sat together.
This is the kitchen. This is really large. This is huge. Like there are lots of storage area. Outside the underground city, you will see lots of shops for souvenirs and some cafeteria.
Number 9. Ihlara Valley. By following the road signs, finally I found the main entrance of the valley.
And I have to go down for 400 steps to reach the river area. It's 400 steps. It's easy to go down, but I know I'm gonna be struggling going up.
Ellora Valley has a depth of approximately 100 meters and was formed by the Melendez River thousands of years ago. It begins at Ihlara Village and ends with Selemi Monastery at Selemi Village after making 26 bends along 14 kilometers. It is believed that the valley housed more than 4,000 dwellings and 100 cave churches decorated with frescoes. Around 80,000 people once lived in this valley.
I think there are less tourists coming here because it's far from the Gurem's town center, and it's a quiet place, very calm, and lots of trees, bushes.
Actually, there are 4 entrances to Ihlara Valley. The first one is at the start of the valley in Ihlara Village. I went to the second entrance where I walked down for 400 steps. The third entrance is Biliserma Village, somewhere in the middle of the valley, and has some restaurants by Melendez River. The last entrance is the end of the valley at the Selemi Monastery.
So this is the Selemi Cathedral or monastery. This is the largest rock-cut monastery.
One of the most important aspects of Selemi Monastery was that many leading clergymen were educated here. The military headquarters of the region was also located here. Selemi Monastery is the biggest religious building in Cappadocia with a cathedral-sized church. Inside the cathedral, there are 2 rows of rock columns. These columns divide the cathedral into 3 sections. The monastery also contains monks' quarters, a large kitchen, and even a stable. Number 10. Sunset Viewpoint. Aside from the sunset viewpoint near to the Rose Valley, there is one another perfect spot to watch the sunset. It is just a walking distance from most of the hotels in Garemi. The uphill hike is worth it as the place offers a panoramic view of the town and a magnificent sunset. There is also a cafe at the top that offers some snacks and drinks. It can also be the best place to watch the sunrise and colorful hot air balloons flying over the valley of Cappadocia. The place gets busy and crowded, but the excitement of everyone adds to the good atmosphere. I couldn't think of any other best ways to end my day here in Cappadocia. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in my next adventure.